So the problem is we've already begun talking, and there's a few. So we were talking about surfing. We were talking about age and how you wish how you've just been longing to be.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about press, and we were talking about being publicly facing people in some way and the trickiness of that. And we were talking about jet lag, and we were talking about Los Angeles. Not going to disclose exactly where we were talking about in Los Angeles. So then, what should we do? Well, just for the record, the context of that for people that weren't, because you weren't rolling on it. I'd asked Harris how old he was, and he said 28. And I think in that moment, I thought, I remember that. I remember 28. As if it was now. And then when you asked me, I was like, I'm not 28 anymore. So I think that's what the face was. And the face was fucking 41. I thought I knew a lot more when I was younger, and now I realize how little I know.
Yeah.
How little I knew. And as my consciousness expands and cracks open, and my heart breaks more and opens up more, I just realized that it's not our job to know, actually. I think there is some weird security in the insecurity. I kind of have had to figure out how to stand still within the uncertainty of life. Oh, and I think, I don't know, I wonder whether it's, because I think a lot of people say, oh God, the world has always been so uncertain, and the world has always been so fucking fucked up. And I think I was like, you know what, with all the Spider-Man stuff, I kind of had this allergic response. I was like, I know I'm not ready for this in a way. I know I'm not ready for this level of scrutiny. So I'm gonna grow a really horrible beard, and I'm gonna wear really fucked up clothes.
Yeah.
And
You rejected it.
I'm gonna chase down paparazzi and try and talk to them.
What's the meaning of life?
I was just like, what? Why are you doing this? I'm 28.
Yeah.
I was like, because I think I was really scared. I think I was really like,
Of course.
I don't want to lose the thing that matters, which is the self, which is, what I think. But it's so hard not to sound like a complete wanker when you talk about. I remember being a young person and looking at like magazine profiles of actors or musicians or artists or whatever, and being like so hungry for someone to say something that made me feel seen, made me feel like, and I think about that every time I go and do anything. But I learned the hard way that I'm sure you're learning as well, which is like, oh no, there's only so much space, like emotion wise, consciousness wise, in the current culture, in like how media is consumed. So if we give our full selves, we're going to be fucking, it's like we're going to be cannibalized. So I spoke to my therapist about it at the time, like years ago, whatever, and he was like, you just got to give little bite-sized chunks, like not sound bites, but like give yourself, but retain yourself simultaneously. Like it's not welcome. All of yourself is not welcome in certain publications, in certain, TMZ are not going to give you a fair fucking shot at like trying to do some healing. Like I think about the amount of times my life has been saved by a piece of music, or by, a play, or by, I don't know. I feel like I read it and I was like, it's really well written, and now it's dependent on if the two people in it get along really, and if they want to work in a similar way, and if they can kind of like match each other's courage. I mean, I knew Florence was really talented. Do you know Florence?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. You hadn't worked with her, just met her.
I hadn't met her either.
Oh, you hadn't met her? Wow.
I had just seen her work. I just seen Lady Macbeth, Midsommar, and Little Women, and all the rest. And I thought, she's brilliant, but you just don't know. And then we had like a Zoom call, and that was that. And then we just discovered that we did want the same things. We wanted to travel as deeply as possible, and we wanted to have as much fun as possible. And she's very confident in her own skin in a lot of ways, and very, I don't know, good in her body, in her feeling, in her, and I think like, but this would have been the same with any actor I was working with, like, but my only intention was like create a space where she feels really safe, and that, and I hope that she helps create a space. Well, I've got to create a space for myself to feel safe first and foremost. I can't depend on anyone else doing that, because I'm sure you've been on jobs where you don't feel safe to offer your full self, 100%, and then you've got to figure out a way of still delivering and like soothing the nervous system enough to be able to go. It might not be received or held or contained in a way that is. Good luck with your flight, and you're gonna LA. You're gonna get some waves.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'll go further up. I don't know.
Let me know. We'll talk after the cameras are cut.